Hi everybody and welcome to the Scott Show. We're talking Time Magazine's Person of the Year. I got to do a little research on this before we came live here. I want to give you guys a little idea. Time Magazine always comes out with the Person of the Year. It used to be the Man or Woman of the Year until 1999. I don't know why it took so long to change that. It was actually Planet of the Year in 88 with Earth, and Machine of the Year in 82 with the computer. All presidents have been Man or Person of the Year, with the exception of Calvin Coolidge, who was in office at the time of the first issue of Time Magazine. 1999, like I said, it was changed to Woman of the Year, or Person of the Year. However, there have been Women of the Year. 1936, Wallace Simpson, very famous divorcee, married the then King of England, who had to abdicate the throne to marry Wallace Simpson. In 52, Queen Elizabeth the second one, and Aquino won in 86, the President of the Philippines. There have been others that have been recognized as Person of the Year. There have been controversial choices. Adolf Hitler was given Time Magazine Person of the Year 1938. However, we know how that worked out in 39, as he kind of did this thing with Poland, kind of like took it over. Stalin in 39 and 42, Khrushchev in 57, and the Ayatollah Khomeini in 1979. That being quite a very interesting and controversial choice at the time, and a little bit crazy at the same time. So now they're kind of doing a poll. The first time a poll was held in 1998, though. Wrestler and activist Mick Foley won with over 50% of the vote. Foley was removed from the poll, and he should have been Person of the Year. I mean, come on. But I want to give you guys a little. I wanted to give you a little insight on what's going to happen tomorrow morning, as Time Magazine names their Person of the Year. And folks, I'm not too incredibly excited about this, but I am at the same time, because I want to see how bad Time Magazine has gotten. So, in recent years, the shortlist for Person of the Year has included Hillary Clinton, Mark Zuckerberg, Vladimir Putin, Black Lives Matter, Chris Barr scientists, and Beyonce. And can I just say, one of these things does not sound like the other. You have the Democratic, you have a Secretary of State, you have the CEO of Facebook, probably the biggest thing in the world at this point online, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, activists who care about, Black Lives Matter, of course that's what they do, scientists, and then a third-rate, terrible singer who can't keep her own man. So that's a short list of, in recent years, very depressing. Okay, so we're going to go to the top 10 finalists as selected by Time editors this year. The first one is Jeff Bezos, and I probably said that wrong. However, he's the richest man in America. He can sue me. He can do whatever. It doesn't matter. He is the CEO of Amazon. I don't buy too many things from Amazon. So he is nominated as one of the top 10 finalists. I think money had something to do with that, but whatever, works. The Dreamers are up for nomination. Thousands of undocumented immigrants that were brought to the United States by their parents when they were children. Now they face deportation from the Trump administration. Yeah. So they apparently deserve Person of the Year. I don't get it. Patty Jenkins, who was the director of the movie Wonder Woman. So direct one movie, you get Person of the Year. Okay. Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un is the leader of North Korea. He's up for Time Magazine Person of the Year. I don't think that would sell a lot of copies. And I think that for Time Magazine to even think about doing this, I'm starting to think that, I don't even want to say what I'm thinking, but Time Magazine would make a grave mistake saying that for sure. I just could not imagine Kim Jong-un on the American version of Time Magazine. I think that Trump would blow up. Is this going to start World War III if Kim Jong-un gets picked as the Time Magazine Person of the Year and Trump gets pissed and just bombs the hell out of him? Maybe. Well, at least Kim Jong-un will be dead soon. Alright, and then we move on to Colin Kaepernick. Now, what Colin Kaepernick is doing right now is he's trying to get a job. And he's trying to get a job in the wonderful world of football. He was a football player. He sat on the sidelines during a game between the 49ers and the Falcons. Now, guess who went to the Super Bowl? The Falcons. Not the 49ers. And now he's unable to find a team that wants him. Sad face. After he launched the national protest against racism and police brutality. Now, I love the idea that people can protest. The First Amendment rights are so important. The NFL has so many different things they can do. And I love the headline the other day. It said the NFL gives so many millions of dollars to all these different things. And then it said, over the course of 12 years. So the headline reads, they gave all this money to charity. And then you read the fine print, you're reading that they're probably going to give right around Colin Kaepernick's salary for the next 7 years to whatever it is. And does Colin Kaepernick deserve Person of the Year for this? No. Especially since he came back and said that he would stand for the anthem if that means he can get a job. Kind of backtracking. I don't like that. I totally respect the protests. I cannot respect the person who says they will come back and do exactly what they got. And he didn't even get fired. He got released. His contract was done. And nobody wanted him. Nobody wants all the press and all that other stuff. And then Trump said something, so hundreds of players went. So maybe, we'll wait on that one in a little bit. The Me Too movement is the next one. Now, the movement, which sheds light on the prevalence of sexual harassment and assault, has killed off a lot of people, including Harvey Weinstein. Many male leaders in Hollywood have, in everywhere. I mean, it's been pretty crazy. So, it's been a crazy few months. After the Harvey Weinstein thing came down, then you had all these other people, politicians, even here in Minnesota. 2 of them had to quit. So very interesting what's been happening there. Matt Lauer's gone off the Today Show. Garrison Keillor apparently touched somebody's back and gets in trouble for it. But the Me Too movement, that has been a big part of our country's news for quite a while now. Also on the list for Time Magazine Person of the Year, Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller has brought up charges against 4 people so far. in the efforts to have a special investigation, special counsel against the Trump campaign and their Russian efforts to influence the 2016 presidential election. Now, I understand that some people might go down for this. I understand that, Robert Mueller, he's an attorney. He's getting all these people, brought up on charges for doing really stupid crap. Wherever it falls, I don't think that he deserves it yet. Give it to him next year after he does what I think is going to be a really, really big thing and take down more people. So there you go. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Okay, I hope I did not say that wrong. He is the 32-year-old Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and he recently led a sweeping crackdown on businessmen and members of the royal family accused of corruption, a purge seen by many as a move to consolidate power. Now, people did wrong. He led the sweeping crackdown to take care of it. Hey, I'm totally cool with that. And the guy's got a good head on his shoulders if he takes care of corruption. Now let's hope that does not corrupt him, but we'll just see what happens there. Crown Prince Mohammed is very deserving of the Time Magazine Person of the Year award if he gets it. The next person on the list, Donald Trump, even though he says he doesn't want it. Even though he says that that they've already said that he's going to get it. And then Time Magazine itself says, no, we didn't say that. And they still nominate him. So here he is on the nomination list. Time Magazine Person of the Year. You know what, folks? Everybody talks about him. Every single person talks about him. And and it would sell great in Alabama. So there you go. I mean, it makes sense. It's not the stupidest thing Time could do. I do know the stupidest thing Time could do. But, yeah, I mean, I can see it. And if he is nominated, is he really going to say no? Probably not. And the Chinese president, Xi Jinping, okay, I'm just going to just slaughter his name, so I'm not even going to say it. But, the Chinese president is on the list as well. He is given the second of a 5-year term. And so he will be the most powerful leader in decades in China, and has already had Trump there and Justin Trudeau, who is the Canadian leader as well. So definitely better than some of the people I read earlier that were on the list. However, if I had to pick my top 3 out of the 10 that were nominated, I would probably go with, I will honestly say I think the person or people of the year should go to the Me Too movement. I think that has been the most prevalent thing that's happened so far. Big time powers have fell because of this movement. And I agree that Time Magazine should name the Me Too movement the people of the year. That's personally what I think. If I was going to give it a 1, 2, 3, I would probably give second to Donald Trump. I mean, he's the president of the United States. People talk about him every single day. I would give him second place, but definitely over the Me Too movement would definitely win over that. And then if we're going on an international thing, Crown Prince Mohammed gets third. So that would be my 1, 2, 3 in the Person of the Year category. So there you go. That's my little insight on the Time Magazine Person of the Year and the Shortlist. Now, we will have the wake-up call tomorrow morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, we will know who the Time Person of the Year is. I will either give that a thumbs up, thumbs down, or, if there's certain picks, I might even give it another finger and not a thumbs up or down. Now, folks, that was a joke. I will be a little bit nicer at 8 o'clock in the morning. But we might start a night show that I might not be. Just thoughts. But, guys, thank you so much for listening to our show and me rambling on about Time Magazine Person of the Year. I do want to say thank you to every single person who listens to the show. We have a lot of fun doing it. And we'll see you guys here real soon on the Scott Show Podcast.